guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog so far. Nothing has happened. It's the first time I'm speaking, so I don't know why I'm saying enjoyed this vlog as if anything serious has happened. But this is like a different vlog. Obviously this is like a different vlog just because it's the first time. I mean, if you've watched other videos, you know that I read, but it's the first time I'm doing a video that's specifically dedicated to me and my reading escapades. So there's that. But so far I've read 2 books, right? And one of them I DNF'd, which I mentioned in the little montage of me reading this book. So let's get into what the book is actually before we get into why I DNF'd this book. DNF being did not finish, right? So this book is called The Girls Are All So Nice Here. Here it is. There was like a price sticker here that I had to remove, but this is the book by Laurie Elizabeth Flynn. So this is like a very twisted thriller, dark, you know, that's the theme of the book. It's not what I usually read. Should I read you guys the blurb? Let's just do that. It says, I wouldn't take back what we did. Does that make me a monster? When Ambrosia arrives at prestigious College Wesleyan, she's desperate to fit in, but at first, Am struggles to navigate the rules of the strange, elite world filled with beautiful and privileged, nice girls, until she meets the charismatic Sally, and the two quickly form an obsessive, destructive friendship. Intoxicated by Sally's charm and determined to impress her, Am finds herself drawn deep into her new best friend's dangerous manipulations. But if she wants to play Sally at her own game, Am has no idea just how high the cost will be, because sometimes nice girls can do bad things. Right? We've got it. So this is the first book I've ever bought. Usually I go to the library and buy a book, okay? So this was the first time I actually went into bargain books and I got a book, and this was 80 rand. As my first time buying a book, I didn't want to spend millions, but there were like a lot of books that I would have bought, but I just wasn't willing to spend that amount at the time. So I didn't, and we got this. Now I do not regret it because I wanted to buy a book, but like I didn't enjoy the book. So firstly, this book, right, is a dual POV. So we have a then chapter, which is obviously the past, and then we have a present chapter. So going between the two at the beginning was like okay, but then as you go on, I'm just like, can we get to the point? Also because I got to a point in the book where I had put together the pieces and I'm like, okay, I know who they should I spoil it? I mean, like I got to a point where I felt like I know what they did, because when you start reading, they talk about Ambrosia's POV is very much like she talks about this thing they did in college and it was so bad, and like they drop hints everywhere. And I got to a point which is like somewhat the middle of the book where I was just like, okay, I know who they killed, and you know what, I know who they killed, I know what they did, blah 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 blah. I'm just like, okay, nice. All right, then I read it, which was weeks later, which is what you guys saw. And then I was like, I came to a point where they spoke about who they actually killed, and I discovered that I was wrong. I knew they killed someone that I was right about, but who it was is what I was wrong about. I was like, oh, but it didn't make me want to continue reading, right? Because this thing gets revealed on page 166. So after all those pages, now you tell me who you killed? No. So I got to page 172, which is the middle of chapter 24, which is just somewhere in chapter 24. This book has 308 pages. So that's like somewhat halfway, kind of, you know. But I'm not interested in finishing it because I know what happened. So this book, it's over for this book. It was fun for a moment. But yeah, this is, as I said, it's not what I prefer reading. My things that I prefer reading is fantasy, like sci-fi, a lot of fiction, you know. That's my vibe. Like if you give me something about the world ended and there were only two people left, and listen, now they have to survive, and then they bump into like this whole compound situation where there are other people, listen, that I can read. Give me dragons, give me magic, give me, you know, that I can read. Like give me something Harry Potter wise, you know, Hunger Games wise, that we can read. That I tried, can't do it. I don't know to do it. I'm currently reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a series from the Sarah J. Maas world, which eating it up. I'm having the time of my life. That's what I love reading, and we'll come and speak about that once I'm done with that book. My reading goal for the year is to read at least one book every month, whether it's a book that I buy or a book from the library, but a physical copy, hard copy of a book, one every month. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this because most of it is really just montages, except for like parts like this where I come and speak about books. I'm gonna go because editing this is gonna be a whole situation, unless I don't even edit it. But who's gonna sit and listen to me talk for 10 minutes? I'm gonna go now. I'm on chapter 45. I don't want to finish. It's 46 chapters, right? And 45 is very little. It's a very short chapter. And I don't want to finish. I don't want to finish this book. We're gonna speak about this once I've processed. I just read chapter, I think 38 to 46. So I'm done with the book. I don't know. We'll speak about this once I've processed it because wow. And the fact that there's still undoing 4 other books that I need to read from this series. It gets better. There's more. It gets better than this. Please. I'm hungry. I need to eat, but I'll be back to speak about it. Hi guys, I look a bit insane. Let's just remove that. I do look a bit insane, but that's not why I'm here. So, I think you guys saw me reading the second book in this vlog, and that was A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is what we read. And I think I included like some of my reactions to like parts of reading this. But when I was reading it, I was reading the last few chapters. I think that day I read from chapter 38 to 46. So I finished this book. But A Court of Thorn and Roses is the first book in the ACOTAR series. It's one of the first, it's the first series, I think. It's the first series in the Sarah J. Maas universe. The first book of 5. These are the other books, right? So the next book that I have to read is A Court of Mist and Fury. But let me tell you what this is about. Let's just read the blurb. Faye is a huntress. The skin of a wolf would bring enough gold to feed her sisters for a month. But the life of a magical creature comes at a steep price, and Faye has just killed the wrong wolf. Taken prisoner by a high Fae lord, Faye learns that her masked captor is hiding even more than his piercing gaze suggests. But as Faye's feelings for Tamlin begin to burn through every warning she's heard about his kind, a shadow is falling across the land, and if Faye cannot fight it, she will lose everything. Right? It says here this is the first book in a sweeping romantic fantasy series by Sarah J. Maas, right? So this is a romantasy, so it's a bit of fantasy and a bit of romance. I do like that there was not like, there was smut in this book, but, or spice, whatever you want to call it, but it wasn't a crazy amount. Like, it was only in like a middle chapter somewhere where it was like heavy spice. Everything else was just very much, he knows that these high lords, I have to explain this, right? Let me properly explain like I did with this other book. So basically, as I read in the blurb, Faye kills a wolf. So there's this, their lands are split into different, sections. I don't know what to call it, right? So on the human, in the human territory where Faye is, this wolf was in the human territory, but Faye didn't know that this wolf was from Perithian, and Perithian is basically the other side of the world where they are like, I don't know how to explain this. Listen, let me show you something. Right, I got it now. I got it. I just needed to look at the map. There's a map here. Right. So in the mortal lands we're faced from, this wolf from the spring court crossed over the wall basically, right? And he was there. But Faye saw the wolf as food for her family because they were poor, if I'm to say. So she killed the wolf, took it back home. But then the people from the spring court, who are these as a high Fae lord, sent someone to fetch her. So because she killed the wrong wolf, these people came and fetched her and took her on the other side of the wall to the spring court, where she would live out her punishment per se. But it was not actually a punishment. As you continue reading, you find out why the High Lord didn't just kill her instead of letting her stay in his mansion. He, because I mean, she killed she killed, wow, I can't speak today. Wow. She killed his friend. So instead of just killing her, he lets her stay in his mansion. And later on, you learn why he let her stay in the mansion and about this curse that was brought onto all the different courts and blah blah blah. I don't want to spoil it in case someone wants to read this book, but yeah, a lot of people, like reviews and stuff that I've watched for this, a lot of people didn't enjoy the first book of the series. They enjoyed A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second one, because they say that this one is not really like, it doesn't hit the spot. Yeah, I enjoyed this, and the cliffhanger from the last chapter. Oh, I can't wait to read the next book, but it's not going to be anytime soon. That's basically the end of this video. This video is a reading vlog, obviously, so it's mainly focused on me and my reading escapades. I am a bit nervous and a bit scared to upload this. I'm going to still upload it, but I'm always scared because in my other vlogs I did show that I read and I go to the library and whatever, but now I feel like it's a bit more in detailed, like, okay, this is what is happening. Okay, it's just a vlog that's only focused on reading specifically, so I don't know. But if you guys enjoyed this vlog and you would like to see more of these type of videos and see the different books that I'm going to read along the way, please do let me know. There's a whole lot more coming. I have like 2 reading vlogs coming up, and I don't want to speak too much about it. But y'all will see what the next one is going to be. I'm also really excited about that one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed recording. I swear I know how to speak. Something is happening today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it and editing it and putting it together. And I hope I will see you guys in my next vlog or in the next reading escapade that we go on. So yeah, bye. If you like a bit of romance and a bit of fantasy, highly recommend